feel like to be traveling on this tour? And I know like, it's fairly new and, it must be like a big deal, no?
Big deal. We've been on a couple great tours. We toured with OTEP, was our first big tour last year. We were on the tour for 2 months with her. And we did a Marilyn Manson tour at the beginning of this year. So this is just, this is incredible. I mean, the Mayhem Festival is something we all dreamed about doing when we started this band, because it's the best way to get metal music out to the best number of metal fans. And every day when we get up there on stage, we feel like we're at home because we're finally in front of a real metal crowd that is pumped up at 1 o'clock when those doors open, to get in the pit and go crowd surf. And it's just been an incredible experience.
Yes, we've all just had a great time out here. Everybody in the pit has just been going nuts. The fans have been real receptive with us. And yeah, we're really, really having a great time out here.
So, seeing as how you already have a few tours under your belt, how is each tour different, like experience-wise, the bands, how have you been received so far?
Luckily, we've been really well received in all tours that we've done so far. The first tour, OTEP, was a great learning experience because it was really long, really hot. Our bus broke down. Everything bad that could happen on a tour happened to us that first tour. So it was, like I said, a great learning experience. And we were very well received by OTEP's fans. We have a lot of OTEP influence. Of course, Heidi and I were big OTEP fans. And Marilyn Manson was, of course, I mean, I think all of us idolize him. He's one of the last true rock stars. He is sex, drugs, rock and roll. He's crazy, and we were all, like I said, stoked to be on tour with him. And that too was learning experience on how to be and how not to be at times as well. But you can't beat touring with your idol. And this tour, like I said, this is the best tour I think that we've done so far because of the fact that it is a strictly metal crowd that we're playing in front of. So like I said before, we feel at home when we hit the stage every day.
So seeing as how there's 2 lead singers that are women, and it's mostly male-dominated, the scene, have you ever experienced any kind of like sexism from either fans or maybe some random band on the road?
Yeah, we've of course have experienced that. It's hard not to in the metal world. People post negative comments. We don't really read into the negativity. We don't play into it. I think it's a little bit worse when other women judge us. To me, that's worse anyways because, I grew up a metal kid. I'm metal through and through. When I was a kid in the front row of a metal show, to me, metal was something that was for everybody. And it wasn't a segregated thing or a gender bias thing. It was just something for angry kids and to be a part of. And so disappointing when other people don't want you to be a part of it. But like I said, we don't play into the negativity, and anything that's been said that's negative, we just use it as fuel for our fire and keep going. And obviously we're doing something right because we've gotten all these great tours. And when we started this project, we did it to have fun with our best friends. And as long as we can do that, it's looking awesome.
Yeah, it's great being up there. We're family, and we all take care of each other. And yeah, just get up on stage together. It's just been a dream come true these last 3.5 years.
So, a question for the guys. Because there's 2 girls, do you feel a little bit protective? Maybe like a brotherly kind of thing, like towards the girls? Because, 3 guys, 2 girls.
Yeah. Sometimes some guys don't understand, and they'll try to like when we're at our merch signings and stuff, they'll try to reach out and try to hug them, or hey, can I get a kiss on the cheek? It was just like, you're like, hey, dude, back off.
Jason's a dad, so.
Yeah, I'm a dad, so it's like they're like my daughters. No, you can't touch them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when we're walking through the crowds, and a lot of the shows we've had security and everything, and they just make sure everybody's out of the way and all that. But a lot of times walking up, it's like, we have our tour manager with us, and sometimes, like, people are grabbing out for us too, but it's like we're basically security as well in that sense. We try to walk with the girls as well. We all walk together. We're all like a tight group. So.
But don't let them fool you. I mean, have you seen these guns? Heidi's got them too. We don't need protection from any of these guns.
Every day anyway, so.
So how about you, Carla and Heidi? Do you feel protective towards guys sometimes?
Okay, I'm just gonna go out and say it. I do. We feel it in a different way because we see these groupies. we try to protect them from the evils of women out there. These girls that just want to
How
use
would you know
them
that
for
women
their...
are evil?
Yeah, it takes one to know it.
No, I'm just joking. No, but me and Heidi do feel a little protective over the guys for sure.
Tell us who we can and can't date.
Hey, because we know better. I see the way these girls are looking at you, and I know what they want. All right, that's all I'm gonna say.
So earlier you mentioned that you had some bad things happen during your earlier tours. So what's been like the worst thing that has happened, and what's been the best thing that has happened to you guys?
I would say that the worst thing that happened to us on the first tour was our transmission dropped out of our touring vehicle because somebody, I'm not gonna blame anyone, but our merch guy at the time may have left the parking brake on the entire time he was driving, and the transmission dropped. So it was obviously a very expensive thing, and it was your first tour. I mean, don't let anyone fool you. These tours aren't always fun. It's a lot of hard work, and it's the first tours that you do. It's mostly money out of your pocket that you're spending to be out there, so you can get your music to people. Which you have to be very, very committed, and so it was very stressful. But we made it through, and you know what? It kind of brought us even closer together. I think. Like I said, it was still a great tour. We still had a blast. You have to just kind of learn how to go with the flow. When you're on tour, you're not gonna have bathrooms and showers and perfect conditions all the time, and you have to get used to it. You have to have a certain tenacity to be able to put up with it.
Yeah, and the best thing is that we have 2 ACs now on this hot tour, and that was done by him. Thanks, Jason.
This guy here, he built. We have an RV that's custom built with a bunch of bunks in the back for us, our own little tour bus, and this gentleman over here, who is multi-talented, built them for us.
Yes, I'm multi-talented, thank you.
That's why we kept him in the band. So
Another question, if you weren't pursuing metal or music careers, what would you be doing in some other life?
Well, I'm really big into drag racing. I'd probably want to not necessarily be a race car driver, but be in the pit crew, like a crew chief. I'm into that stuff.
I was an embalmer and funeral director, so I loved that industry. I'd love to go back into that, and besides that, I love writing, so I'd probably just write.
Not pursuing metal, I'd go to pop and make a lot more money.
Yeah. Can I come with you?
Yeah. I would never do that. So metal's where it's at.
Speaking of metal and not pursuing pop, what would be like your all-time favorite dream collaboration with any artist that you would choose?
For me, it would be to do a song with Phil from Pantera. I lived and breathed Pantera when I was growing up, so I would love to do something with them.
I think I'd like to collaborate with Anthrax. That'd be awesome.
I'd love to get together and just jam out with Joey from Slipknot on drums, and not even, just have fun. Don't even need to collaborate. Just party. Just have a good time. It would just be awesome. Seriously. You're looking at me. Really weird. But yeah, that's
So you did tour with Manson, and you're saying that was, all-time dream come true. Who would also be like your next artist that you would just love to tour with?
Oh, back to what I was saying a second ago. Yeah, Slipknot.
Slipknot, Slayer, Pantera reunion.
Obviously, right now we're on with Rob Thomas. I'd love to do a supporting act with him at some point.
All right, so any words of advice for, young metal girls or young metal guys, for the metal kids out there of tomorrow?
Just stay with it, make it happen,
Don't let anyone tell you no. I've had a lot of people tell me no in my life with everything that I've dreamed about doing, and you got to be strong. You got to believe in yourself and go for your dreams. Never give up. Life's too short.
Dream big.